Apex Legends was released in 2019 and took the world by storm. Due to its competitive gameplay, a professional scene was created pitting the best up-and-coming players against each other for the world to see. Despite many arguing that in a battle royale full of RNG, the victor would be somewhat random, the complete opposite happened as TSM established themselves immediately as the dominant global force. We fast forward years later as the ALGS is created, a new champion was crowned, with Dark Zero winning back-to-back lands. In year 3, fans wondered who else would join these teams in the pantheon of the all-time greats, but instead our protagonists TSM and Dark Zero cemented themselves as dynasties. After 4 years of the game being played at the highest level, only 2 opposing forces were able to ascend to greatness. Their domination had extended so long that the question was simply who could finally dethrone them. Plenty of challengers had arisen, but there was no clear answer that they would not fall like all those that came before. The Apex dynasties were primed to continue their reign, until an unlikely hero finally accomplished what had previously seemed impossible.
Can anybody dethrone the dynasties?
TSM are looking to make a statement, taking game number 1.
Trying to follow up on that damage, but it's all down to Sykes. He's left on his own. It's a 1v1 to win it.
Rev's dropping down. He's got the PK waiting for him. He sees it behind the door. Huge PK shots.
Now from on high, Zero slides in. Zero with the havoc.
Where's the challenge? Where's the challenge?
We saw that gods can bleed.
Dark Zero played this very well. Opens the zone, pushes them towards them, and Dark Zero go down to reject.
They knew that they weren't going to win in their positioning because they were pinched. TSM get eliminated and reject Winity. Reject in the worst spot. Our match boy Team Witness trying to stay alive for now, but before the shot coming in from left field, Reject Winity are gone from this lobby, and Dark Zero are still alive.
They've got so much of the zone to themselves right now. This is the Dark Zero that wins trophies.
Sending nades in their direction. Not here. Dark Zero lose out on Zero. Following up with Jens, the last one alive. Legends try to fully send it. It's up to them, but they take out Dark Zero.
Waiting for their moment. As all of Reject Winity find themselves at Red Evos. It's a massive moment for Apex. It's a huge moment for APAC North, as Reject Winity will be your champions.
Welcome back to The Reset, where today we're going to explore how after years of dominance from TSM and Dark Zero, Reject Winity became the first ever team to dethrone the Dynasties. Reject Winity is by no means a team that has come out of nowhere. This roster is comprised of their in-game leader Obli, their anchor Karampu, and their fragger Sangjun. Obli and Karampu are the longest standing duo currently in Apex, having first started teaming together in the beginning of 2020. They established themselves as one of the best teams in APAC North, and eventually a very strong team on the international stage. Heading into year 3 of the ALGS, they added Sangjun as the final piece to this team. As a free agent roster, they did decently well at the Split 1 playoffs, fell just short of making the finals at the Split 2 playoffs, and despite all that, they refused to make any roster changes. At the championship, they were the only APAC North team to finish inside the top 10, being their highest placements of their careers, despite flex dropping and contesting. And coming into year 4, our trio once again chose to stick together as a team, this time signing to a new organization, Reject. And in Pro League, something was different about them. They finished in 2nd overall place in APAC North, behind only Fnatic, but during the regional finals, they managed to win match point in only 4 games.
RC comes in, and here we go! RC! RC! Wins regional finals in 4 fucking games, man. They win 3 out of the 4 games for regional finals and take home the fucking W, baby.
And one of the most interesting parts about this team was that they're triple mouse and keyboard, which is a challenge that teams must overcome. Over the years, controller has become more and more prominent in Apex due to how strong aim assist can be during fights, and that's no different in APAC North, which has steadily seen a rise in controller players in their Pro League representation. And with that rise, Obley realized that they had to adapt in order to survive in the evolving landscape of Apex.
컨트롤러가 팀이 얼마만큼 많은지에 따라서 팀의 화력이 좀 나온다고도 생각을 하고 있긴 해요. 근데 이제 저희가 또 이제 그거를 또 그냥 받아들이고 그냥 뭐 포기할 수는 없기 때문에 저희도 저희 나름대로 진화를 한 부분이 1대1 화력에서는 컨트롤러가 강할 수는 있지만은 순간적으로 이렇게 인원수를 더 많이 배치해서 뭐 3대2, 뭐 2대1 이런 구도를 만든다면은 뭐 3키마도 이제 충분히 컨트롤러 팀 상대를 이길 수 있다 생각을 합니다.
In order for Reject to avoid taking fights in straight 1v1s where controllers had the advantage, they had become incredibly disciplined and coordinated. Another aspect of their game plan is the choice to play Wattson. The split one meta composition was Bangalore, Bloodhound, and Caustic. Bangalore has been in the meta for a very long time. She's great with rotations and fighting utility with her smoke, as well as the ultimate that can clear and hold space. And to the benefit of M&K players, she eliminates aim assist when fighting in or through smoke. We saw Bang as a focal piece of Blackhand's aggressive center zone tactics at Champs last year. Bloodhound, though, has entered the meta because digital threats have been nerfed and then later removed from the game entirely. In order to best fight through Bangalore smokes, Bloodhound gives the team scans, but more crucially, has an ultimate that enables the ability to see through smokes for the entire duration, enabling your Bloodhound player to truly take over in smoke fights. And then finally, Caustic is one of the characters from the controller class that have the ability to hit ring console. Hitting ring console is one of the most powerful pieces of competitive gameplay, so one of these characters will usually be in the meta. Catalyst was the previous meta pick, but once she was nerfed and Caustic received buffs with Season 20, he entered the meta, replacing Cat. He also synergizes with Bang and Blood somewhat in that they are aggressive characters who can quickly claim space, and a well-placed Caustical could help aid in your team's push. Add on to that, he brings some defensive utility that Bang or Blood don't directly offer with his barrels that can be used to hold down power positions. Everything I just said about the current meta is going to apply to Reject, except for one thing. Reject decided to completely forego the Caustic and instead utilize a different controller class character, Wattson. While Wattson does not offer the same offensive capabilities Caustic does with his ultimate, she does have far greater defensive utility due to her ultimate that is a trophy system which can intercept and destroy all incoming projectiles, while also regenerating your team's shields passively. This directly counters both Bangalore and Caustic's abilities, which are projectiles. But the pick for Reject stems from a deep-seated belief that Obley has about how they play the game.
저는 기본적으로 일단 코스틱이라는 픽 자체가 그렇게 좋다고 생각을 안 했었습니다. 일단은 코스틱보다는 무조건 왓슨이 저는 좋다고 생각을 한 게, 일단 에이펙스가 지금 일단은 적어도 뭐 아닌 경우도 있지만 대부분은 솔직히 이제 링이 어떻게 뜨냐, 또 그 링에서 처음에 자리를 어디를 먹었느냐에 따라 성적이 좀 많이 나뉜다고 생각을 하거든요.
So the most important thing to him is positioning within the ring, and that will determine who can obtain the most points. But there are of course other variables in the current meta that can forcefully allow for one team to take another's position.
그런 관점에서 봤을 때 지금 에이펙스에서는 두 가지 변수가 있는데, 방갈궁이라던가 수류탄이라던가 이 두 가지 변수를 제외하고는 사실 크게 변수가 일어나지 않거든요. 근데 이제 왓슨 궁은 방갈궁이라던가 수류탄을 전부 다 받아칠 수 있는 그런 픽이니까 저는 이제 거기서 굉장히 좋다 생각을 했어요.
So, Reject is going to be playing for power positions. This is not dissimilar to something that TSM or Dark Zero have done over the years. But the difference is they might not have the exact same firepower to ensure that they don't lose these spots when a controller team wants to challenge them for it. So they're going to use as much defensive utility as possible. This ability to have complete control of their surroundings and neutralize the opposing team's abilities allows Reject, as Obley puts it, to switch the center of gravity of the team and figure out how to isolate the opposition into solos or duos so that you as a full trio always have the numbers advantage. And these strategies would immediately yield results in the Split 1 playoffs. Reject goes on to finish 5th overall in the group stage, but they were once again overlooked as Dark Zero was breaking all kinds of records, dominating at a level significantly above the rest. But in the groups, all that truly matters is placing inside the top 20 to get yourself a trip to the winner's bracket. bracket. So once the bracket stage begins, that's where things truly matter. In winners, the top 10 teams can advance to secure their place in the finals lobby, and the higher you place, the more advancement points you can start with on Championship Sunday. The highest an APAC North team has ever placed in the winners bracket during the ALGS era is 5th overall. So if Reject wanted to truly announce their status as a legitimate challenger to the Dynasties, now was their chance.
It should be a case of dropping. They've seen the knocks on either side. Are they going to have to be forced to move down from the high ground? Are they just going to be able to shoot the fish in a barrel? As now they make their move. Reject Winity looking for another win here, and they will get it.
And RC looking so good. You will fucking regret.
Let's fucking go, baby.
You will fucking regret.
Let's go, baby.
With a W. Oh, we just went like this. You went. You just hit the fucking...
The MJ?
Reject finishes the winners bracket in 2nd place. Right above them is fellow APAC North team Fnatic. The region that was viewed as the worst in the world just had their top 2 teams announce that they are ready to challenge for the title. But although this was a historic moment for APAC North, you've seen this before, and yet still the Dynasties would prevail. Because on Championship Sunday, it's no longer about who can score the most, it's about who can close it out on match point.
As we start a new season, can anybody dethrone the Dynasties?
Before the finals can even begin, Reject is pulled into the biggest storyline of the morning. Elevate and 07 are going to be contesting for Ceto Station on Stormpoint. Reject relates to this because both of these teams have landed at Checkpoint as an alternative to Ceto throughout the split, and there was a possibility of a contest maybe coming their way. Luckily for them, it never happened, meaning that they got Checkpoint completely free. Unluckily for them, 2R1C thirds that contest, which delays their rotation to Pylon, and they end up catching out Reject in this first game, and they're hungry for a fight.
Sucks into a position where you are so vulnerable to any of those explosives.
Yeah, this next zone in 25 seconds is going to be a big one for all these teams that have already heavily committed, but it's 2R1C, again, in Jurassic Park. They moved away from Jurassic earlier to third party against 07, and now they're looking to try and take a fight yet again. Team just backing off ever so slightly here.
Well, you can see they're full of confidence at the moment, and why wouldn't you be? They've already managed to third party once, but this is RC they're going up against. And now it's a situation where it doesn't look quite as strong, and 2R1C will be eliminated, and RC looks strong in that.
Is there any other teams, though? That's the real question. Anyone hearing what just happened? It looks like Aurora actually are very close to this, but the Gold Reds could be massive. Now Reject Winity can get back on their feet, they can get healthy here, but Aurora are closing in, and we know what Aurora can do when they're in these scenarios.
And they can stick that res as well.
They can stick the res. Serenity are in the area. Again, Aurora, no, they have to push it. They have to commit. Sangjun goes down yet again, thanks to Hardeki's damage. But Aurora have 2 teams to worry about now. It is not a simple push for them.
The more this gets stalled out, the more likely the RC are to be able to survive. It looks like you can see Serenity are looking at thinking about third party in this, but it's going to be Reject Winity who go down.
Game 1, they only managed 3 points to add to their 9 advancement points. But Game 2, they get a favorable zone right to the north of Checkpoint. With this direct priority, Obli knows they have to win this game.
네, 그렇게 해서 이제 오른쪽 먹다 보니까 저희가 또 왓슨이잖아요. 근데 저희가 왓슨 하면서 느낀 거는 많은 팀들이 저희를 잘 공격 안 합니다. 일단은 뭐 네이드, 방갈궁, 코스틱궁 이제 이런 거를 던지면 다 먹히기 때문에 그런 거를 쓸 생각을 안 해서 뭐 그래서 일단 자리 먹었을 때 그냥 이거 그냥 이겼다 그냥 그 생각 들었고요. 네.
Their first true piece of action comes from Ring 4 closing. Their gazebo isn't in the next circle, but they have already prepped the next position with Wattson fences. All they have to do is clear their backs.
닭대랑 제보가 딱 팀. 여기 닭대 자리 스킬을 안 걸칠 것 같은데 살짝. 이거 잡으면 우리 쓸 수 있어 여기. 나 이거 홀딩할게 여기. 나 여기까지 와도 돼? 한 뒤도 싸움 이거 잡으러 가자 얘들아. 여기.
They're gonna drop down into the high ground for right now as Jen gets a shield swap. Seeing that one player on the high ground here for Serenity, can he make miracles happen? I mean, this is DZ we are talking about. Reject Winity now moving in for the third party.
Dark Zero played this very well though, but as they try and go for the death box, it's not smoked off. They take a big chunk of damage here. Jen, is there a shield swap available? They're just peppering him through the smoke. They know he can only be 1 or 2 bullets more. The zone pushes them towards them, and Dark Zero go down to reject.
You will regret. You will regret.
Now Reject waltzes on into Godspot after clearing out that side.
And with their backs clear, it's only a matter of closing out this endgame.
We're going to watch St. Junior's shots go down on a TSM.
God.
Reject wants the KP. They get one of them. Are they going to get 2? Sang June's angle
He's
is
just slide
fucked
in and
here,
mirror
man.
it now.
TSM now fighting. It's going to be Hal.
Here we go.
as a
Reject now
solo.
on the swing.
And you will
Reject.
fucking regret. You will regret a win in game number fucking 2.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Come on, baby.
Interview buff.
Come on, big
Interview
dog.
buff.
That is what I'm talking about. And Reject will now
They
be
might take over first place.
They might be. They are halfway, Greek. Halfway marker to match point finals.
And just like that, they're now at 33 points, the closest team to match point in only 2 games. Their next 2 games are only 3 and 5 points respectively. And while all this is happening, Dark Zero has roared to life, surpassing Reject as we head into game 5, where it has become a race to see who can reach match point first. We get another North Pad zone, which is a great pull for both teams. Reject does have ring console, so they're able to move into position quickly, while Dark Zero have to take a bit of a detour to find out the zone pull, and they're later able to make it in as well. DZ is able to strike first and acquire match point.
Reset, they're 3 points away now, Dark Zero, from being the first team to hit match point. They are so close they can taste it. However, MT is looking for an angle here. If he can get an Arc Star stick, if he can force damage onto them, maybe they get a burst through that door. Gil takes a little bit of damage. And MT, he gets taken out. Zero, he's going to take the swing. Jump into a listening with Dark Zero as they get that first knock.
Okay, I'm pushing.
DZ now breaches that match point threshold.
Oh,
so
my
they are
goodness,
eligible
bro.
to end the tournament here next game.
But for Reject, they have a crucial moment. They've been able to sit in their armory completely safe the entire game so far, but in Ring 5, the circle is pulling away from them. They have to cross to the building complex and acquire a few more points. With a team as threatening as Dark Zero already having unlocked match point, they cannot afford to miss this chance to keep pace.
The next important thing, Reject needs still 4 points to get to match point. If they don't get this forward, DZ is going to be the only team that can end the tournament here next game.
Which is very scary, because DZ being the first team and only team to match point means that there's the chance that DZ, one of the best team-winning teams of all time, or game-winning teams of all time, will have a chance to close it out here, Greek, in Game 6 already. Reject's got to hit it here, Greek. They have to.
여기 인서클 얘들아 오른쪽 야 왼쪽 막아 왼쪽 막 나 갈 때 왼쪽에 궁줄 거야 우리 얼지 왼쪽
And now we got RC moving on in. They're going to play this rock. They can make it
Here they
across.
go.
2R1C
They're
eliminated.
in zone here.
Oakley now moving in. And they got to watch
These are
out.
really
man.
good nades. He sticks
Oh
one.
my
Reject
goodness,
might send it here for the kills.
They might. Good shots go down.
So
It's
much
gonna be
damage
So
from Oakley.
much damage.
He picks up 2
Oakley
knocks.
picks up 2 knocks. Do they send it? This could be their points here, Greek. Trying to
in
move
for
up.
it.
Yup. That is, you will regret.
Gets a kill.
One more KP added on in. They're going to be at 48 points, man. They're 2 points off of match point eligibility, Greek. They're literally
still
2
one more
KP.
knock. Now
there
they should
it
be
is.
1.
They're 1 point off of match point, Greek.
If they get top 4, they will get the next point.
Yup.
Or 1 more kill.
TSG still alive next to DZ.
And they get it. They get it. They get it. Reject's going to be on match point too.
And with that, our 2 match point teams have made it. Dark Zero, a 3-time champion, and Reject Winity, who for their first time ever on LAN have unlocked match point eligibility. In Game 6, the real competition has begun. Can Dark Zero close it out to win their 4th title? Can Reject dethrone the Dynasties? Or will more teams reach match point? Reject this game unfortunately does not have ring console. The zone is pulling south, but since it's a bit ambiguous and they hear shooting to the north, they decide to rotate that way.
좀 더 위로 간다이 여기 만나봄 이거 탈타 쓰고 오른쪽 줄집 가자 얘들아 KSKT도 링 없어 KSKT도 링 없어 보자 없다 있다 오른쪽 아래 봐 오른쪽 아래 우리 안 본다 어디 보냐 얘네 위에 KSKT 한 번도 없어 오케이 한 명이다 한명 포탑이야 포탑
By the time they realize the pull, it's too late.
뭐야 씨발 뭐 하는 거야 병신 14분 되더라. sucks.
And they eventually get third-partied after taking a fight out on the edge.
Do Reject know this? They're right across him. If they move now, they've got the Bangalore. They can make this cross and stop Alliance coming back in. I mean, look, Effect has clutched up every fight we've seen him go into so far, but this 1v3 would be incredibly hard. Let's listen in with Reject. The crowd cheers as our second match point team goes down and we secure a game 7.
Luckily for them, Dark Zero fared no better, so into game 7 we go.
Keep running, keep running! Go, run!
Bro, are you fucking mad? Just shut up.
Are you stupid? Just shut up!
I think we're gonna go into game 8 with 6 squads at match point. And I think on game 8, Reject wins it.
Reject lands at staging, while Dark Zero lands at Sky West. The zone is pulling across the map to Overlook, which, although is somewhat similar distance for both teams, Dark Zero has the benefit of traveling along the less congested north side. And unfortunately for Reject, we have a few major problems. First, when the zone pulls into Overlook itself, it is a death sentence to be one of the teams outside of the POI. You're having to climb uphill with little to no cover. Late ring pulls are bloodbaths, as all the surrounding teams attempt to force their way up the hill, burning all utility in a mostly futile effort. But specifically for this game, the even larger problem is a select few teams with prio that essentially create a perimeter, gatekeeping a handful of spots from being claimed early. First off, we have 07 playing from Monument. They do not have ring console, but aren't actually expecting an Overlook pull.
Overlook. The bait pull though.
Because of this, they split hold the tunnel and a spot known as Concrete right above where the crafter is located.
I think this is legend. We just stay here, we'll have a very good rotate for wherever it pulls, okay? Yeah. Thing is, Overlook endings are like fucking outdated, so I don't think it's Overlook even though it looks like an Overlook, right? Don't ever see Overlook endings anywhere.
Later, when Ring 3 is shown, they make their move deeper into Overlook.
Look at Zone, come top, actually.
Yeah, give up.
Yeah. I want to scan this and rotate. That one is free, that's free. Sure. Let's just go. Come.
Understood.
Okay.
I'm gonna scan in 3. Scanning now.
Come in. Going bottom.
I'm meant to take it top.
I'm gonna go bottom. Set up.
Then we have Legends Gaming, who also have ring console coming into Landslide, but are not expecting an Overlook pull either.
Alright, 3 times right here. So Overlook.
Okay. We play for this again? Or do we... I feel like Zone could pull back here. I feel like we want Dorito. We definitely want Dorito. So I'll take Caravan if we can. Truck is free. We have a fucking amazing game here. It looks good.
Yep, pretty good. Nice.
Next we have Fnatic, who land at Harvester. They don't have ring console, but they actually are expecting it to pull towards Overlook.
右上アンチだねこれ。
いつも通りや。ビビんなよ、ファイトの
いつも通りで。オッケーオッケー。1個食らって1個食らって1個食らって。ランスラ読めてるかランチ。もう一個。これでやるの？乗るよ。ついていく形取るよ。ねえ。走って。
ワンチャンとかるよ、これ。
右前行ったるよ。これ大丈夫。
レジだよ。
レジだ。展望側がってる上だねこれ。ワンチャンどっかで入ってもいいよ。
いいねんだ。展望がね、
ここでいいよ。一回止まって。まあいっぱい入ってくるから事故ると思うし、一旦止まりでいいよこれ。
And this decision by Fnatic is going to affect Serenity. They initially expect a deeper Overlook pull.
Overlook zone.
They'll look to get like Caravan way, and then further from there. See if we can go under tunnel, anything like that. Under tunnel is likely taken, but we need to look for something further, okay? Need to get deep.
But once they see Fnatic hanging around inside of No Name, they actually pivot to believing that it could be a pullback zone.
Yeah, there's a team in Caravan.
No.
Nothing here. They're definitely in that building in front of us, I think.
I think this pulls back towards us.
You reckon?
I don't think it can go overall.
Are we talking like this one? Like out here?
Yeah, somewhere down there.
We can go and take in Monument then if it's pulling out there. We need to go back into Monument then. Just double back. It's all free.
The reason that all of these different teams and what they've done matters is this directly affects Reject's rotate. Serenity, with this new belief it could bounce back, shifts over towards Fragment and starts to hold out Reject, eventually putting them in a spot where they're one of the farthest teams out from Zone. As mentioned earlier, when 07 sees the zone pop, they move deeper into Overlook, leaving the tunnel and concrete area wide open. And with all of our southern teams successfully blockaded out, including Reject, Dark Zero has this moment where they're able to find the gap and see the opening and take it.
Can we right there now?
Oh, you want to kill him?
No.
Have a therm.
Wait, come with me?
I think they're running up.
Yep. Following. I'm following them. Following.
Fuck me, that was annoying. On the tunnel seems good.
Alright, come here.
They can always wrap behind the bins though, you never know. There's actually a back overlook zone. Can't see anyone. Scanning. Spray. I'm scanning above. Spray.
Got one.
Yeah.
Going up.
Fucking red armor just looked through the cable. Oh, I've knocked him like 5 times. He needs to smoke it. Look at zone, by the way.
Elias,
Yeah.
For Reject, they fall victim to the uphill climb as Obli gets crabered by player K of Legends, and eventually the whole team falls.
크레이버 내가 크레이버야. 안에 체크할게. 야 여기 얘네 있어. 안에 있어. 안에 인간 있어. 왼쪽 이거 내 쪽으로 와야 돼 얘들아. 나 공 없어. 오른쪽 공 있어? 공 없어. 내 쪽 한번 파쿠해봐. 내 쪽에 한 파쿠해봐. 내 쪽 파쿠해봐. 내 쪽 파쿠해봐. 연막 있어? 오른쪽에 있어. 붙여야 돼. 쳤어. 살짝 왼쪽으로 파쿠로. 나이스. 살짝 왼쪽으로 떼봐. 살짝 왼쪽으로. 기다려. 내 잡을래? 왼쪽 싸운다. 내 돌아봐. 내 돌아봐. 내 돌아서 리셋. 기다려. 내 돌아서 리셋. 왼쪽 싸움을 깰 거야. 왼쪽이야. 왼쪽 싸울 거야. 싸운 거 보이지? 살짝 앞으로. 뛰어. 돌 포커팅을 살릴 수 있어. 때? 나 왼쪽 돌로 가면 살릴 수 있어. 빨리. 한두 필. 도패 그냥 싸움 봐. 여기. 나 차를 기할게. 여기 뒤에 꺼졌다. 내 뒤에 봤게. 내가 뒤에 봤게. 땡기올 때 뛰고 있어. 돌쪽. 야, 뒤. 오른쪽. 나 그렇게 할게 얘들아. 살릴 수 있어 잘하면. 그렇게 할게 얘들아. 천천히 해. 얘들아 나 확실 안 한다. 풀릴 수 있어. 천천히. 한두 필. 얘들아 여기 빨리 팅착다. 얘들아 이제. 온다. 위. 초만 줘. 아니 씨발 왜 사람이 죽은 거야? 아니.
일단은 저희가 다크제로가 살아있는 거는 일단 알고 있었거든요. 어딘가 이제 잘 숨어있겠거니 생각을 했는데 일단 저희가 일단 죽은 게 오른쪽 능선에 있던 레전드한테 죽었거든요. 이제 죽은 것도 심지어 크레이버를 제가 맞아가지고 하필 또 그 플레이어 K형이 크레이버를 저를 잘 쏘셔가지고 아무튼 다크제로는 살아있는 걸 알았고 레전드도 이제 크레이버 갖고 좋은 자리 먹는 거 알았기 때문에 제발 기도를 했죠. 제발 그 크레이버를 좀 다크제로한테 좀 쏴봐라 약간 이러면서.
Dark Zero have managed to secure God's spot, and they're going for the win. But Nasky of 07 is a solo to their east, attempting to revive his teammates. Zero wants to clear him out and prevent the res, giving them control of almost the entire zone. But with a poorly placed smoke, and Legends knowing exactly who they were, down goes Dark Zero.
He's moving.
Yeah, we need to kill that maybe.
Can you smoke the edge, Jen? Smoke the edge, please.
Wait, here?
Yeah.
I spiked here. It's not the best.
Hey, I need you to hold this and fence it. There's a full team like over here. They grabbed someone, I think. It's DZ.
Okay.
I cracked one. I cracked DZ on right.
Yes.
Careful. This is DZ.
There's an engine. I think. Yeah.
Put on. Nice back.
I think it's together.
I'm dying. Careful.
I'm dying. Okay,
Race, keep going, dog.
Holy shit. Do DC now win? Does the rivalry between TSM and DC continue? Is anyone ever going to take down Zero Dead? Zero Dead!
Yeah, I'm cracked. I'm medic.
We have to push this up to net.
Yeah, I'm hitting them.
I'm pushing it.
I got it.
Hey, I'm on them. Resing. Tight, hold. I'm
You dead?
Batting. I'm dead.
The Reds come out. Legends Gaming not
They're
shooting
making
yet.
the push. They
They
go
are.
for the gold.
Oh!
but the other members have scammed, and now they're pushing down to keep it going.
Sides here, trying to give him some suppressed fire, working up the rock, gets the double crack. Following up with Jen, the last one alive. Legends trying to fully send it. It's up to them, but they take out Dark Zero. We are going on to another game. Game 8.
DC's out!
기도를 했고 뭐 기도가 통했는지 모르겠는데 제로가 갑자기 죽었고 다크 제로가 죽었을 때 이제 그냥 환호성을 질렀죠. 네.
Reject has been given another chance at life, and Dark Zero knows they just threw away a golden opportunity at taking it all. So we head into Game 8, once again on World's Edge. This time we have 7 teams on match point as Fnatic, Aurora, DSG, Moist, and Legends have all joined Reject and Dark Zero. With that many teams, it's likely to end here, and immediately disaster strikes.
아 씨발 그림만. 괜찮아?
네, 저희가 일단은 그 발판에서 시작을 했는데 스테이징에서요. 이제 존이 딱 떴죠. 예, 그 크리마타이저로 이렇게 딱 떠버렸는데 딱 느꼈죠. 우리 망했는데? 우리는 저기에서 좋은 스팟을 먹을 수 없는데?
The zone algorithm in this game has not been favorable to our heroes, but in a battle royale you have to adjust. Poor zone pulls may be somewhat detrimental, but they aren't the end-all be-all. If you want to be the best team in the world, this is the moment you have to overcome. This is the moment to strike. Reject moves towards the snake building above Climatizer and simply waits. But then Dark Zero gets third ring information. They know where zone is ending.
Oh my god. Do you want to go around 7? Go back?
Okay, yeah.
No, we can, yeah. Should we just take the balloon?
And fly right over Reject to fight E8 for Godspot.
Where do you want to land?
I'm looking back there, I don't see anyone. But no, back there's a... Oh,
There's.
There's. You're like, yeah, I think?
Landing. We just nuke them.
Yep. You can't see anyone, do you? No.
No.
Alright boys, 1-5.
And Reject spots it out.
여기 싸우고 있고 여기 12시 방향. 여기 푸시한다 푸시.
이거 없지 않나? 왼쪽 없지 않나? 왼쪽 시야 다 넓게 봐봐 뒤에. 이거 왼쪽 올 거 없지 않나? 서브 캠프?
없어. 배지 지금 아직 킬로 안 떴어.
오, 가면 좋은데?
아직 킬로가 안 떴어.
일로. 오면 안 돼, 형?
가라고.
뒤에 온대, 형이 따라와 그러면. 피착한 먹으면 되는 거 아니야, 형표 형?
갑자기 누가 저기 멀리서 싸워주는 거예요. 그래서 모르겠다. 여기로 자기를 뜰 수도 있는데 저기 싸우냐 그냥 죽이고 생각해야겠다면서 그냥 신나게 뛰어갔죠.
DZ and E8's fight has stalled, inviting Space Station to third party, and with perfect timing, Reject comes in and claims the spot for themselves.
Okay,
Nice,
my
double
god.
crack.
Oh my god, that's
And
gonna
they have
open
loot
him up,
advantage.
bro. And there it is.
Wait
a minute.
2v2.
Jen Burton still leading Storm. Zero gonna go down. Jen Burton, last man standing. Elevate Gaming eliminated though.
SSG's 30.
And SSG comes in for the third party. And on the other side, it's gonna be RC. DZ dead.
가자. 아, 스틱 잡아줬다. 일단 뛸게. 못 땄어. 이렇게 맞지? 스타팅이다. 브라보. G2팀이다. 여기까지 밖에 떴다 이거. 왼쪽 공이 있다. 야, 내가 가자. 올라간다. 그래. 확실할게. 얘들아, 위닝 포지션이다. 야, DSG 레이스만 조심하면 돼, 레이스.
Once the ring closes, they get the final confirmation that this is in fact the winning position.
나이스! 야, 링! 가만히 있어. 위닝 포지션이야, 위닝 포지션.
The only remaining problem is going to be DSG. Designful is in a constant state of trying to move his team aggressively towards Reject, but Sang-Jun calls them out early and Reject foil DSG's plan.
Come back here, stay right here. They're big guys. Batting. You need to hold the line, you need to swing.
형, 제 오른쪽 이거 얘네 여기 없잖아, 형.
내가 그 연막 하나만 쳐봐. 나 이쪽 오른쪽에 줄게.
야, 로퍼스타! 브렉! 아니지! 아, 스테이징!
Bats, we need bats.
I know.
Swing up.
Swing. I can't. Put it back to the rock.
Good. Res, baby.
With this knock onto enemy, Design has to burn Portal to move him into a safe position to res. This wastes over a minute off the clock before DSG is able to finally attempt to make their move, but it's gonna be without the Portal.
They're watching us.
Yeah, I'm working up. Well, watch left LOS. You can slide left and play headies.
Good burn. I'm on near. Good nade.
Crouch on me.
I'm 1-1. I'm dead. Roger.
So Reject once again knocks enemy and eventually end DSG's hopes once and for all.
Hold on. Look right, enemy, look right. Keep walking right. Keep calling right. Keep crawling right. Keep crawling. Keep crawling, and look, keep crawling! Don't look left!
이 맞지? 오른쪽 붙었다 레이스. 근데 하나 죽었다 블러드한데.
아래 죽을 거야.
이거 한번 정리 각 보자. 좀 이따 왼쪽 다 끄면. 내일 있어? 내일 있어. 나 깔게. 내일 한번 내일 던지고 가자.
내일 하나.
마지막 가자. 내일 해봐. 다 내일 다 돼.
Scan, they don't have scan. Wait, they got one. Here they go. RC on the swing.
Nice, good shots.
2 down.
2 down here. They gotta stabilize this play slow. Gotta stabilize play slow. The swing comes out. And DSG's dead. And now Reject
mid dead.
has the whole side of the zone themselves.
With their side of zone completely cleared, they have made it to the final 3. They just have to close it out. But they are one of only 2 Wattson teams in the lobby. The other is Legends Gaming, who, although they have been eliminated, are also on match point. So everyone in the lobby should be able to identify the Wattson fences and know this is a match point squad. And yet, neither of them do. Serenity's game almost never gave them LOS onto Reject for the majority of it until the very end. They immediately begin to focus on Cloud9, who are also within Climatizer, and never once make a comm about Reject. Meanwhile, for Cloud9, I think it just completely slipped their minds. They have plenty of times where they've looked at Reject but never seem to identify them as a match point team. Because of this, neither team initiates a fight onto Reject and instead focus each other. Reject holds their space, Wattson Gen prevents any opposing bang ult from affecting them, and history is made.
As all of Reject Winity find themselves at Red Evos! It's a massive moment for Apex! It's a huge moment for APAC North! As Reject Winity will be your champions!
Here we go!
And here we go.
Serenity's dead! Reject! Last fight of the game!
Versus C9. C9 in awful spots. They're
Reject! Let's go! Let's go! Come on, baby! Let's fucking go!
And the team from Korea takes the W. Reject looked so good in APAC North, Greek. They looked so good in regional finals, and they end it right here. That was the best fucking tournament I have ever watched in my life.
Wow.
In my life.
Wow.
Holy shit. And I want to point out something. Look me dead in the fucking eyes right now. Reject. Triple mouse and keyboard. Take the W here. Triple M&K.
Reject have done it. They've won LAN, being the first team from APAC North to do so. They've dethroned the TSM and Dark Zero dynasties. And maybe most of all, they proved they can be the best team in the world.
뭔가 분명히 이기고 그런 것들은 이제 되게 축하할 일이고 되게 좋아할 일이고 이제 그거는 맞는데요. 제가 뭔가 에이픽스를 그래도 대회를 여러 번 했잖아요, 몇 년 동안. 그때마다 항상 그 뭔가 노스가 항상 뭐 건파이트가 약하다, 뭐 매크로가 별로다, 뭐 판단이 별로다, 뭐 여러 되게 안 좋은 평가가 되게 많았잖아요. 항상 그게 뭔가 마음속에서 뭔가 아 증명해야겠다 약간 이런 그 마음이 좀 있었던 것 같아요. 그래서 이제 약간 이겼을 때 뭔가 이제 약간 보여줬잖아 약간 이런 느낌? 좀 그런 게 좀 있었던 것 같아요. 뭔가 이제 뭐 하나거나 그런 건 아닌데 뭔가 가슴속에 있던 게 뭔가 해소가 되는 느낌?
For years, the world has criticized this region, calling them the weakest, believing that when it came to LAN, they would not be able to keep up with the North American giants. And yet, they did. But dethroning the dynasties is not enough for Obli. He wants to create one of his own.
일단 저희는 일단 기본적으로 더 이기고 싶고요. 지금 뭔가 만족이 안 돼요. 지금 뭔가 더 이루고 싶고 확실히 저는 일단 다크제로나 TSM 뭐 이제 둘밖에 못 이겼기 또 있고 이번에 우승 한 번 한 걸로 이제 만족이 안 되고 진짜 앞으로 계속 뭔가 이기고 싶은 그런 생각이 지금 너무 강해요.
Again, thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to play it for free on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox now using my link in the pinned comment or video description. New or returning players will receive a massive bonus pack across all platforms, including premium vehicles, in-game currency, and more. Thank you for watching. This video truly would not have been possible without all the amazing people who helped me translate, so shout out to all of them. Also, shout out to all my amazing patrons over on Patreon. If you want to see all of these videos ad-free and find out the best way to support me, make sure to go click the link in the description. And if you enjoyed this video about Reject and how they dethroned the Dynasties, but you want to see the history of those two teams and how TSM and Dark Zero were able to accomplish what they did over all of those years, click these two videos right here.